I'm ChosenArchitect, and this is All The Mons. Last episode, I did the unthinkable, and I made a shiny farm. And this shiny farm may be a bit overpowered. I may have spent around 6 hours or so switching between different biomes with the shiny farm here. And in that time, a lot of materials were generated. And I mean a ton. This is so much. Even turtle scoots are being farmed inside of this. There's so many random items that I'm getting, and it has filled multiple barrels. But that's just the loot from the non-shinies, because I farmed a ton of Shinymon. For example, from this point on, I ended up getting the Azurill, and then all of these are shinies that were definitely caught via this method. But also everything in this box is shiny, including this, which doesn't even have a shiny animation, even though it is technically shiny, which is kind of funny. But yes, when I say all of these are shiny, I mean every single one of these mons are shiny that's in here, including multiple shiny dittos and many others. It's just kind of wild, really. Yeah, so many mons are shiny. And this is all just from a few hours of AFKing. And also between those hours coming back, checking, and moving my setup to a different location. Like, for example, an ice biome. I went to the dark forest, for example, and a swamp biome. So yeah, out of all of this, over 70 shinies caught in a short period of time. Well, I mean, not 100% caught, because I still have to catch them, which is kind of a pain. We'll work on making some more of the balls. We have master balls, but there are other balls that we could technically make that look kind of cool, and are also considered master balls. Now, up to this point, we've automated just about all of the basic balls, but now we have ancient balls that I want to work towards. And my goal is to eventually have every single ball automatable. And so this leads me into the ancient balls. Now, ancient balls are a little bit more in depth when it comes to making them. For example, to be able to make the copper ancient ball mechanism, we do need some other materials here to be able to make them. So it does take typically like a full one. We also have an apricorn wooden ball lid, which is something that I don't think we've done, which requires apricorn logs specifically to be able to make this, which I think is kind of cool. What an interesting use in that. But if we make all of these things, we can also make the ancient origin ball. And the ancient origin ball is essentially a master ball, but I believe this one is from technically one of the games that I didn't actually play at all. Or I should say from the series that I haven't played at all. And that is the Legend series of Pokemon games. Nevertheless, I kind of want to automate all the balls. So this is one of the things that is definitely going to be required in doing that. I mean, as the leader of Team Rocket here, I've got to make my way all the way to this ancient DNA sample, you know, because this is how we're going to ultimately be able to get Mewtwo in the future, you know, as soon as the star is added. I'm still looking at you, Pika Star, eventually. Also, by the way, it is now called an unbound Pika Star. I just noticed that. Is that related to this? The unbound section here? Interesting. In which to get even access to this, you need to beat the Radical Red first. Oh no, there's a lot ahead of me, isn't there? Now, because we're going to be making more balls, let's go ahead and do some things before we start catching all of these mons and master balls. And I want to do this. I want to change how we're obtaining source. At the moment, we're not really storing huge amounts of excess source when we're not making balls. And so it just ends up just setting here. But we could change the way this works. Instead of using storage buses on here, I think what I want to do is I want to use an ME source housing from Ars Energistics, just combine this up into here and just change how we're handling this. So instead, we'll put this as our fluid cell for right now. I could upgrade these, by the way, probably should upgrade them into the extended versions. But now that we have the fluid source cell, we can change this out for import buses. So a quick little bloop like so, and slapping the import on there. And now we are draining all of this, and the source is now being stored in our AE system. Thankfully though, we don't have to change anything else. else. This exporter is still exporting. All of these are exporting. It's just now exporting from the cell instead of directly from these jars. And already there is a ton more source built up. Just need to make sure I'm in copy mode, select this corner, and then, yeah, I mean, select this corner also. And then we just need to kind of push the sides out a bit more. Once selected, by the way, this is kind of cool. Like once you place this out, you can get a full like view, and I recommend checking this out before pasting it all in, so that way you can make sure that all of the pieces are correct. Looks good. Something I need to keep in mind is that I did extend this out 2 blocks from the initial frame, and I also want to carry that over here. I also want to make sure that I'm not going to be breaking into my floor down below, and it doesn't look like it. Otherwise, I would be able to see the like glitching of the lights. And so I've set my anchor point, and I've made sure that I've moved it back appropriately. And then I'll just turn on replace blocks and hope that I didn't mess anything up. And I should just be able to right click, and everything that is over here should be able to be copied into this. And it should pull out of my AE system. And most of the blocks, yeah, most of the blocks should transfer over. Look at that. All of our machines and stuff, however, will not. That's interesting. And yes, I am going to break all of these and actually recopy the area after I get this cleared out. With that, I've got now a whole lot more space ahead of me. This is looking really nice. Okay, but I've got some shinies that I probably should capture, and I think I'm going to rely on my automated catching system in order to do this. So I have all of these to sort of run through, all of these individual shinies to catch, and so I should be able to just simply place it on here. The ball gets automatically thrown, and I can just keep doing this, I believe, for each one standing here? Or am I going to have to wait one at a time? I might have to wait one at a time based on how this does the pulse. You know what? Actually, this will probably be pretty easy for me to just simply do, because we do have a stasis chamber here. So we're just simply catching the Mons, going through, and then I will run through a new set, place them in, throw the ball. All I gotta do is click another one, throw the ball, and we're good to go. We just have to make sure that this is off so it doesn't just catch the Mons. So with that, enjoy this wild montage. I'll tell you what, not bad for literally like day one of setting up the shiny farm. For that, by the way, I now have 3 full boxes of shinies, plus some. Oh, and I just went back to go look at the farm, and as soon as I went back, an Applin spawned. Yeah, okay. So yeah, and this is our other one. Oh my goodness, this is wild. By the way, this is how it does capture. So notice it went right into the machine. So yeah, I can just catch them. This farm is incredibly powerful, and I love it. I love every minute of it. And I hope that you are getting the enjoyment out of it too. One common theme among all of the ancient series of balls, outside of the fact that we need Epicorn wood, is that we need this Tumblestone. Yes, all of this Tumblestone material. And this Tumblestone, well, it comes from structures that you can find in the world. And each one of the Tumblestone, well, you're going to find them in different structures. Or I guess you could call them ruins. I think Cobblemon calls them ruins. Now, one of the places I know we can get some of this is the Burned Tower. And it's actually nearby. By the way, they did update. I don't know if this is going to stay like this forever, but now whenever you use the structure compass and it does a successful search, it costs some XP, and also takes some durability, by the way, and you only get 10 uses before you have to make a new one of these. And so inside here, you will find this particular Tumblestone, the black Tumblestone. And so this we now have. Now, I think you can plant Tumblestone, and this is actually how you generate more, and it kind of grows like amethyst, but I don't know if we can tick accelerate it because the wiki says it takes 6 IRL days for it to fully grow. Sorry, not IRL days, in-game days, right? Yeah, in-game days. Now, another place where we can get the Tumblestone, specifically Sky Tumblestone, should be the Desert Tower Ruins. I believe this one right here. So let's do a nice little search. And hopefully we find one. Yes, I did put myself in a desert, so yeah, the chances were a little higher. So I'm assuming this is the tower. It just happens to be underground. I think this goes way underground. I wonder if there's just like suspicious sand all over the place. Aha, yes, there is just a lot of suspicious sand. I love how I've made it this far, and this was the first suspicious sand that I've touched since playing. This is kind of hilarious, but let's see. All of this. Ooh, is that the stone? This is what we're looking for. The Tumblestone. Yes, and I don't have any. So this is all we need. We just need one, I think, to at least get started because we can make more of it so long as we have one. Yeah, I don't know if this was, yeah, it's just underground because like at the very bottom, there's pots and all kinds of stuff. And there's even a chest at the bottom. Oh yeah, of course it's a gimme ghoul. Now the orange Tumblestone, let's see. We should be able to get it from the ruined desert house. And let's see if we have one of those nearby. Huh. I think this right here is it. It doesn't look like much of a house is left. But yeah, I mean, it is a ruin after all. So if we just trim down most of this, the suspicious loot, we should be able to find it in. So now here is the thing we need to do to farm it. So we can either place lava around the Tumblestone or place it on a magma block. It's going to be best to just simply place it on a magma block. But we do need to figure out a way to accelerate this because it is going to take a really long time to grow. Okay, so at least we know time wands do work on the clusters. And then when you break them, you get a bit more. That was a lot. Was that 32 from 1 with fortune? I mean, we do have a high fortune on here. I get it. But that seems really high. I want to try that one more time. There's no way. So this is a fully grown cluster. Wow, we do get a lot whenever we use something with high fortune. But I wanted to see if there's ways that we could potentially farm this automatically and accelerate it and make it go a little bit quicker than default waiting 6 in-game days. So let's see, we place this down. That is, of course, going to allow it to grow in the first place. And can we use crystal growth accelerators to grow these since they're similar to amethyst possibly? And not really seeing anything special from this. And I don't think placing them down onto the magma block itself is really going to change anything, but I can also test that out. And no noticeable change. Now, after delving a bit deeper into the mod pack, it does appear that we can actually grow these inside of hydroponic beds, which I'm kind of glad that I set up the wither and ether gas because now we have a way to use it. Now, to make a hydroponic bed, well, there's a few steps that are involved. Fertilizer is one of them. Everything else we pretty much have. And the way you get fertilizer is you use a sewer, and the sewer then generates sewage, which you send into a sewage composter, which will grant you the fertilizer that is needed in order to craft the block. Now, something that I've gone ahead and done is in Industrial Foregoing, we have an add-on mod that allows us to go all the way up to tier 4 add-ons. And so, yes, I am going to want to have the max speed upgrades that we can put inside of these things to make sure that we can max this out and get the most out of it. So I've got all 3 of those now being generated. And in the back of these, we're going to have to give it 2 different fluids. We got to give it water and ether gas, and then also power. So an interface should do here where we can provide water by simply dragging that in, and then the Industrial Foregoing ether gas. And both of these should be able to be transferred with a pipe from the pipes mod. And this is really nice because the pipes mod doesn't have a buffer, so it should be able to technically send both. Yes. As far as power goes, I'm just going to provide it power from the bottom. Now remember, these can be placed on here, but they actually still require lava or they require the magma blocks to be nearby. So let's take magma blocks and let's see, we can place it on top, on the side. Oh my goodness, on the side, it just instantly grew. Oh, that's crazy. What's weird though is this gets placed on the outside, by the way. So it gets placed like this and then grows to full, then it can be harvested. But unlike some crop seeds, it doesn't actually go in the seed slot. Now, how can we auto harvest these? Well, the way we can actually do this, believe it or not, is by using our Cobblemon and yet again exploiting them. And I think this is still a really fun way of doing this because any steel type mon should be able to automatically harvest and, by the way, leave the original cluster. And so we don't actually have to worry about placing. So we just need any mon, like I said, that is a steel type. And what do you know it? I just so happen to have gotten my hands on a steel type mon and one that actually doesn't fly because that's kind of important. And that's Registeel. Registeel should be able to harvest them. As you can see, they are on the ground here. And if we don't give this a direct inventory, it's just going to drop them on the ground, which I think is really good. Now we have to make sure that it does recognize this quick enough. So yes, as soon as it recognizes it, it drops them on the ground. And I would prefer to have it dropped on the ground and then collected into an inventory. I think that would be fine. And yeah, it is harvesting them all. It is doing that rather quickly too. Okay. And there we go. It's automated. I think, by the way, I'm going to have them stored inside of these barrels right here. And so I am going to place each one in, matching the corresponding one that is right underneath them. And we'll link them in, and I'll just use a storage controller. Give them a good lock here. And like I said, storage controller, well, access point technically. And so I am connected up to the main grid. And so down here, we'll place in the access point. That's not going to be too difficult to handle, right? Place that down. Make sure these, by the way, are linked to that network. Place this in, and then we can just simply link it. And now we can set our item collector to collect the items that are in this range. And I think this volume is more than fine. So just set my volumes up and even leave the tick speed there. That's going to be completely fine. This is going to harvest, drop the items on the ground, and then this is going to collect it up and store it in the container. And now we have unlimited amounts of Tumblestone. This is great. And they actually makes for some really good building blocks. Now, with the Tumblestone out of the way, I think we should take a step back from the automation of the balls and get into some battling again. But I mean, before I can do any battling at all, I mean, I really got to find this elite gem. Now, to be able to find this elite gem, I mean, we are going to have to do something special. Go to the other to find it. Because you can see right here, it does tell you what dimension this spawns in, and that is the other. So back in the other, let's hope that we can actually find one. And we did, 11,000 blocks away. You know what? I think at this point, it might be a good idea to finally upgrade and make myself an Eclipse Wand, so that way we can travel a bit faster. Yes, I can just simply teleport now. Well, so long as we turn off the airburst. This makes for a very quick way of traveling. And there it is in all of its glory. My goodness, this is one heck of a structure. And honestly, my kind of color palette. I really like this design. This place is huge though. And look, there's a mega torch here to prevent hostiles from spawning. Very nice touch. And I hope there's multiple of them. This place is huge. Is that already a trainer over there? Oh my goodness. I wonder how many trainers. Is there going to be 3 pre-trainers before each battle, or are all of them going to just work? Press to call elevator. They have create elevator it added in here? No way. No way this functions. There's the elevator. We have lobby. Oh my goodness, containment facilities. This is kind of sick. Could you just turn this whole thing into your own base if you found it? I feel like that would be doable, right? Level 4 or level 1 seems really high up. What? Okay, so much work has gone into this. Absolutely putting my base to shame, that is for sure. Reactor Control Center. This is just absurd. I love this. Oh, this is so neat. I wonder if there's any special blocks in here that could be of use to us. I love these little panels. Man, this is so much inspiration, by the way. I know this is countless days worth of work, by the way, to put stuff like this together. I mean, you have all these factory blocks that you're accounting for, immersive engineering, steel. All of these are framed blocks with individual items in them placed in there very specifically. This is a lot. This is a lot to even look at. This is kind of wild. This is only the start of this building. I mean, look at this room over here. It's like AE rooms. This looks so cool. I love this. I might steal this design, honestly. What is behind these trapdoors? Oh my god, this looks just like a server rack. What a great use of the X-Tone mod, honestly. Everything's also labeled. We have the reactor, exit, and then server hub. Over here we have Setharov. Okay, interesting. And if we take the stairs, oh my goodness, this area is also beautiful. Level 2. This is wow. I'm a little bit like taken back here. Like, I don't want to just up and start battling. I just want to explore this place. Ooh, but in here's a spa. Oh my goodness, there's even spa tables, sinks with custom colors. All of this detail in this build is just ridiculous. And by the way, I think this puts the idea to shame that frame blocks cause lag. This entire building is filled to the brim with those blocks, and I'm getting normal at frame rate. Like, this is completely fine. I mean, all of the intricate details in all of these things. Upstairs to level 3. Oh my, it gets even larger just when you thought that it was done. There's even more. Is it a library room? Like, look at all of the library books. Ooh, and there's even some special items over here. There's TM music discs on the wall. Ah, interesting. Oh, and a jukebox. And these mini trees are so sick. There's just so much detail in all of this. It's so hard to show it all off. We've got the botanical study in here. All kinds of different plants. I wonder if all of the different types of plants do exist in this area in some form or fashion. It does look like there are a ton of different crops. Even pitcher plants. Okay, interesting. So yeah, that's one way to get them. Even though I think most of these things we can just handcraft, right? I believe with essence. I mean, there's a ladder up here that takes you into the different levels of bookshelves. I can't with this. It is so pretty. But now, what is this? Because this definitely looks suspicious. I'm now, I think, all the way up on the upper deck, or at least as high as the elevator takes you. Even more library books and a gorgeous lounge. Aha. I was wondering if there was a way to get over to the other side. And there's a sky bridge through here. And whatever this means. Okay. Life. Is this a reference to occultism? Ingredients. Oh no. What is this being made up here? Okay. I don't like that. I don't think that's a real one, though. It's still horrifying that the warden could potentially spawn. I feel like some testing had gone wrong here. Oh my. And it looks like this is the Vortex's area. Oh yes, Vortex. I think we should take the elevator all the way back down. This is where we're going to have to start our elite gym journey, it looks like. Oh boy. So we'll send this all the way down to the lobby, and I need to figure out who we're battling in the lobby. All right, well, we'll make our way through here, and I do see you over here. Who do we got? Okay, Caesar. Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on jumping right into a battle, but it looks like we're jumping right into a battle. And I've got to figure out how to orient myself here. Metacross. Oh my god. Metagross, right? Metagross. Right from the start. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, it's steel, so ground type would be really nice here. I might use just Hatterene until we wipe with Hatterene. But yeah, I'll Trick Room. We're gonna take some damage, of course. Yes, and we survive. Barely, though. They are level 90. That is something that we've got to keep in mind. And so we held on from our held item, which is the focus sash. I really don't think we're going to do any damage. And so I think just holding out and just using a move is going to be good. We can definitely do Mystic Fire, I think. We won't make it. Even though we Trick Roomed, which is interesting. I think they may have a move that always goes first. This could be trouble. Ursaluna, I don't know if it's a good idea to use Ursaluna right now, but I am going to use my strat. And this is not very effective. We have Earthquake, though, which should be a KO. It's not a KO. This is not good. We will still go next. Oh my goodness, they are coming out strong. Now we have Blaziken. Oh, I forgot, by the way, to use my Protect on my first turn. That was a whoops on my end. Okay, so Blaziken goes down. Ursaluna, I think we just make last as long as possible. They have a Mew. This is not fair at all. Absolutely not fair. I could do Facade again, but Mew's probably gonna wipe us. No, we survived. Okay, so we survived. I think we're doing okay. Okay. Almastar. I think I said that right. This is a fossil mon, I believe, right? I think so. And an Earthquake would be a one-hit KO if they don't wipe me. They do wipe. What are they? Grass, Earth, and Fighting would be good against them. Electric, but Grass type. I am so limited on my Grass typing. I think Toxtricity may be the best option here. And so we'll use a Overdrive. Perfect. Okay, I think we're okay. Our mixed team is a little weird. I will say that. Okay, ground typing again, they are weak to. And water typing. All right, I'm going to leave you in. I'm just going to keep doing things to them. Immune, 2-hit KO. If we do wipe out, we wipe out. I'm going to Overdrive. Ooh, we survived it. Barely. Barely. We are not surviving another one. Shift gear, rotates its gears, boosting its attack. It's not going to happen. We're losing Toxtricity this round, which is fine. I think we're fine. Yes, I think Salamence with the ground typing will be the best option here. Okay, Earthquake. They did heal, but the Earthquake, I think, may get him. We're still good with the Salamence. And then Ghastly. Okay, so Ghastly I don't think will be affected by Earthquake, but should be affected by Outrage. And there we go. Our first battle won. I'm going to take Thunderbolt, and we just got the Artist Badge. Heck yeah. That was a good battle. Honestly, that was pretty nice. And this area is absolutely beautiful. So with our new badge, we'll just simply place it in the badge box. And it looks like there's more badges than we actually have slots in the badge box, which is kind of interesting. Now, another area I haven't yet explored is this back side area, which it looks like it leads just right outside to a Creepymon, which, by the way, these now have shiny variants. So I think we could possibly get one more in, and it looks like, who do we have over here? Who do we have? I need to find a good place to set up. Rosary. Okay. They start off with Lucario right off the rip. Very nice. Okay, so let's try this again. Lucario, ground typing is what it's weak to, but also fire type. So if we can pull off and hold on a Trick Room, which we should be good. I don't like that. That boosts its attack. We still have Trick Room up. So Mystical Fire. It may not one-hit KO it, but it's going to get it pretty close. And yeah, that definitely hurt, but we held on and it took damage. Very nice. Very, very nice that we held on there. We still have Trick Room up, and so what I plan on doing here is using Dazzling Gleam on the Dark type, the Ghost typing here. Oh no. Yet again, though, with the Ghost typing, switching out to Ursaluna puts me at a disadvantage. I think I may not be able to use many moves here. So I may just instead switch to Melodic, who should be slower. And I'll use Melodic here with our Ice Beam or Scald. Actually, Scald may be better. And then that way we'll make sure to take that out, and we go first. This is very good. Umbreon being dark and fighting type. This could be... I think we could just be fine here, and then what we could do is Scald it and potentially get burned, because it does have leftovers. We did land the burn, which is nice, so that's going to negate its attack damage and also its leftovers. And then what we could do is... See, I don't think any of this is going to be very helpful to us. Switching out may be a good idea right now. And if we can get Ursaluna out and get it burnt, which is going to take burn. Ah, they switched out to another Umbreon. Interesting. This one has a different item. Okay, so I am burnt. I think a good move would be Drain Punch for the heal. I think Drain Punch is probably going to be a good option. I'm going to go Drain Punch because it is weak to fighting types. Oh, I barely held on. I don't think I'm going to hold on twice. What was that? Oh, was that the Trickstermon? I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Only in one game, and that was the Pokopia. Okay, so fire typing here, I'm definitely going to lose Ursaluna, I believe. There's no way I'm going to survive this. So, what? I mean, I can go ahead and try to use a facade, but I don't think it's going to matter. No. So good to know here. Definitely not sending out my dragon typing. That would be a bad idea. Fire type, we could whittle them down with Melodic, possibly. So I'm going to Scald them. And I think this will be a good... Melodic is such a good Holdmon. Yes. Okay. They are burnt. Perfect. I'm going to recover. Perfect time to recover. Back to Umbreon again. I think this is just going to take a little time. We'll switch out to Toxtricity and see what we can't potentially do here, because we did kind of get knocked there for a little bit of a loop where I could not use Scald anymore. They use Protect. That's like the perfect time to use Protect, because that should have consumed my held item. So it does a little bit more damage. Otherwise, we're just kind of stuck here fighting this unattackable Umbreon. Just use my Sludge Bomb. I think that's going to be the better option here. This mon is really painful with all of its movesets, foul play, and all of the recovering that it's doing. It is very nasty. I really should. There we go. Thank goodness it's gone. Oh my. I don't think I want to deal with another one of those again. This would probably be a good time to switch back to Melodic, but I think I'm just going to continue with the Sludge Bomb. Yeah, we did not make that. Okay. So, who should I send out? Possibly Charizard or Salamence. With them being a fire type, they shouldn't have an ice type move, so Salamence might be a good option. Always a good option, I would say, unless being hit with, yeah, other things. So, maybe what I could do here is Dragon Dance, possibly get that off without getting one shot. Okay, good. So long as I can get that one Dragon Dance off, I think we're looking pretty good. Maybe try and get another Dragon Dance. Oh, perfect time. That is beautiful. We're definitely outspeeding this. 2 Dragon Dance. We're outraging. Goodbye, the rest of your team. Good, absolute goodbye. And there we go. Another Salamence victory. And you know what? I think that is pretty darn good. What a fun journey here, the Ralph badge. Absolutely loving this so far. And so into the badge box we go. And I think that is all of the team members on the first floor. So, or ground level, I should say. So all of ground level we have now cleared, and we are working our way towards that ancient DNA sample. I know we have a long ways to go because we also still have the Radical Red and Unbound to technically take on. And I've got to figure out a better way to get through these battles. And it may just be like a compilation eventually at that point, because there's just going to be so many to get through that I can't show them all in the videos. But you know what? I would love to hear from you all down in the comments below. What's your thoughts on the battling system? Have you been enjoying this pack thus far? And how lucky have you gotten with your shiny farm that you've built? I would love to hear from you down in the comments. We're going to be getting them balls finished up in the next few episodes, and we still have a long way to go on our route to battling. And I do plan on defeating the All The Mons team members very, very soon. So be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. And with all that being said, it's now time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that huge thanks, well, that's going to go out to Akindis. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support me over on the Discord by becoming a Discord premium member and supporting my content in one of the best ways possible. Thank you so very much. And guys, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.